Yeah, those are messed up, no. Bad news is to beat your home, nigga. Yeah. Come on, get on that ass real quick one time. 144, baby.
They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said, of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, me whole court. You ain't know that Obi-Wan, I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that. I swear I'm to our core. Wait up, let me make a call right quick. I'ma start another war. I was hurting when she left, but I don't care about any part. I need a Vaseline like my Nina Puffer bar. Took a Zach, watch the dark. Matter of fact, like the dark. Any problem, let them come. We gon' snatch they soul like Shang Tsung. Put them out of service, keep them tools like Miss Harvey. Try to hope it's way too late. I'm headed straight to the safe. Throw that one up like a trophy. I'm that nigga, ain't no debate. Throw them boys, we taking notes. Call them up like set the date. This shit a piece of cake. Yeah, my bitches came from Whole Foods. Told them put on that top 3. Then bring me my house shoes. Don't make excuses, make moves. These niggas ungrateful, gotta show them UPK rules. I make hits like I can't lose. They said you get on, you gon' represent. I said of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I ride that bitch just like a horse. She about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, the whole court. You ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this Lord, so that bitch is either or. Yeah, I know them niggas ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our court. Yeah, I just got off the call, I'ma start another war. Spit a plate up with my niggas, get your knife and your fork. They ain't locked in with the count and when you speaking to me fart. Yeah, I just took the floor, ain't no cowards in my campaign. They can't stop the campaign, tell them bring the champagne. They know I'm a champion, they can see the outcome. Get them niggas bad, got them tied down and out there. You can't do with them steppers, niggas been down since day one. We run up the bands, bitch like Dylan. They say you get on, you gon' represent, I said of course. Soon as they trade that beat, I read that bitch just like a horse. Yeah, about to go dumb, yeah, bitch, we whole start. Yeah, ain't know they call me Obi-Wan, I come with the force. You gon' ride, yeah, of course. Get it lit up like a torch. You either low or this low, so that bitch is either or. I told you niggas, you ain't cut like that, I swear I'm to our car. And I just made it call, we gon' start another war. Yeah.
I got you. Let it vibe real quick. Look.
The city eyes, it's time to vote God. My God, a real nigga, cause he wasn't no flaw. Posted on the corner like a watchdog. Family secure, got that shot in the closet by the mob ball. Fuck what they heard, but tell them it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation falls if you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit 50 times 2. Ain't no more heart in this game, I'm John Q. Colder than the avalanche, way above average. Beers taste sweet, told him make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones, this where hope found. Java, come on, man, dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evans to a mall quad, telling me how the crackers turn his childhood to a ghost town. Focus out, nigga, I lay that game down. I feel his pain, cause nothing is the same now. Let my light shine like heaven through a rain cloud. Glock have a fit like my child, so tangent. Try to warn them niggas, we bear arms like tarantulas. Them mother niggas rap, I make anthems. I really see profits under this banner. Make my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I want it black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty Diana. Look, I move like a Brazilian, precious cargo, spirit Asian, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. Trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Ride around with Yara down, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than baby's kid. Remember I dropped Quiet Storm, I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence, yeah.
Hey, shalom, man. Shalom, how about your worship with them? Shalom, how about Shema, thumb about Shimmy and Shaiti. Sisters with ISUPK coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, Officer Apayat on the Command General Yana. I'm saying, let me throw that in. Harlem, New York. I'm Officer Apayat out here in Phoenix, Arizona. We got classes at 12416 North 28 Drive, 12416 North 28 Drive. I'm saying suite number 4. So then come down 17 north of Cactus. Come I hit it before.
Yeah,
So it hadn't been on this whole time.
No, it was on in the beginning. Let's see, we got
Hey, testing. God. I'm saying ever a time where I can't be here and brothers can't hear me, just let me know. I'm saying if you can for me, who Rizana, if you can for me I'm saying you probably sit up a little closer for me too I'm saying just so we can until our brother come out of mouth this way, I'm saying. Our brother Kabbalah Moth in his way. So he just gonna hold it down to Kabbalah Moth get here.
Okay.
If you can give me let's get in the book of John first. See? In fact, no, we're gonna save John. Give me yeah, First John 2:19. Go on.
The book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 19. They went out from us, but they were not of us.
They what?
They went out from us, but they were not of us.
They went out from us, but they are not of us. Right? What is John talking about here? They went out from us, but they're not of us. Go ahead.
We're talking about those that left the truth.
I was just saying for you, go ahead, continue reading.
Oh, it's like. For if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us.
If they have been with us, of no doubt they would have continued being with us. I'm saying it's one thing that in Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians that we have always been since the genesis of time. I'm saying we have always been the epitome of family. I know that might sound like foreign to you, like you mean to tell me Black and Hispanics are the epitome of family? I'm saying how is that possible? How can a Black person be the epitome of family if they Black people kill Black people at the rate they are, Hispanic people kill Hispanic people at the rate they are? You know what I'm saying you got the Mexican mafia, you know what I'm saying, Northern, Southern versus Sureños. You got what's some brothers the Asherite, Modest Chuches, MS-13.
Oh yeah, that one. I
Are
thought
they-
that was more Issachar.
MS-13 not Issachar, I know that.
No. Okay.
No, they're not Issachar. MS is like I want to say they're Asherite. I'm saying you got them brothers, for instance, right? Versus I'm saying whether it be the Black gangs, I'm saying Hispanic gangs, or even Native American gangs, right? How can you might be saying how can these people, I'm saying, who show the absolute hate towards their own people, how can they be the epitome of family? Contrary to popular belief, you know what I'm saying? You see how like the Italians used to roll, in all these one of my favorite movies of all time is The Godfather, you know what I'm saying? The structure of it, the way it's designed, all that. So as a kid, I could remember watching it. Everybody around me was watching it, you know what I'm saying? And even all old gangsters, they try to move or at least simulate, you know what I'm saying, how the Italians move or whatnot. So little they know that how the Italian move, they got it from us. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that we were all for one, one for all. We all heard that saying before. All for one, one for all. Right here, read it again out from the top.
John, look at 1 John chapter 2, verse 19. They went out from us, but they were not of us. For if they had been of us, they would no doubt have continued with us.
Continue with us. Go ahead.
But they went out.
But they went out. You know what I'm saying? Family don't leave each other. You know what I'm saying? Family don't betray each other. You know what I'm saying? And family don't do what? What's that? What's the last one?
But they went out.
What's that went out?
Left.
You know what I'm saying? Family, I already gave it away. Yeah, they left. You know what I'm saying? Family leaving each other, right? Family don't do that. You can't call yourself a family. All for one and one for all don't make no sense if you're gonna leave each other, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you can't from me out, we're gonna jump right into we all know General just talking about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure General touch on it. I'm definitely gonna touch on it. You know what I'm saying? Charleston White came out, right? And he talked, he bad-mouthed those Asians. You seen that video?
Talking about China man?
Yeah. Charleston White, he bad-mouthed the Asian. You hear what he said about Asian people? Let's get this on YouTube. Saying so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna pull it. I'm just gonna stream from my phone on there and I'm saying we're gonna hear what he say about Asian people, right? Whether or not he's justified to talk about Asian people the way he is. I'm saying.
So Charleston White,
He's
talking bad of, like, he's talking down on Asian people.
Con.
Okay.
I'm saying we're gonna get it right now. I'm saying Whack 100 and all them saying Whack 100 and all them gangsters, you know what I'm saying, out, like they spoke against, you know what I'm saying, they spoke against that brother. They spoke against that brother in what he said. So
This has been kind of crazy the past 3-4 days.
They spoke against what Charleston White was saying?
they spoke against what Charleston White was saying, right? And him speaking against.
Or just a recent thing? Because it seemed like to be an old video from back.
Hey, who you linked to the TV? Your phone linked to the TV?
Nah, sir.
Who phone linked to the TV? You go ahead and see if you can pull up. I'm saying yeah, what he spoke about in the Asians, you know what I'm saying? If you get it or if you want, probably a lot easier, stream it on the computer phone. Yeah, stream it on that phone. I'm saying
I got something from a year ago. That's not what you're talking about.
nah, it happened like about 3 days ago. I'm saying, or he spoke about Asian people and how he doesn't like Asian people in the way they like dress and they smell or something, you know what I mean? So the reason why this class is important is because the general made an excellent point when he said, since as gangsters, you can be into every kind of filth except the one where it's racism. Once as a gangster is not allowed to be racist. Mind you, like take like Whack 100, for instance, right? He self-proclaimed Crip, Blood, right?
Yeah.
He's a Blood. I'm saying don't know what neighborhood he's from. But he said he spent time in prison and he done everything from the top to the bottom.
So like technically it would be a Pyru. That's different.
Maybe okay, so Pyrus are different from just being a blood set. Pyru is not a blood set in California, or no?
I believe not.
You know more.
Pyru is like it's its own. It's a street. Pyru, they wear like burgundy. They're not bloods.
Okay, I just know he claimed to be a blood though.
Yeah, they blood, but Pyru is a specific blood set. It's different. It's a little different.
I don't know if I can speak.
You can speak. Go ahead.
Okay. They are separate. They're like Pyrus are associated with blood, but it's like kind of having like, okay, Israelite church, there's different camps. That's how Pyru is like a different camp.
Okay, of bloods.
Is the whole thing.
Okay. So nonetheless, he's a self-proclaimed gangster, right? And he said he've done everything. Name it. He said from the little small stuff to the extreme life-changing stuff. Yeah, right? Which he countless times he said it without saying it. Now he came out and said what said it was so disgusting. It was almost cringeworthy. You know what bothers me out is what's more cringeworthy than death? You know what I'm saying? Now I would think with him being the man, with him being the man that he is, right? He have seen and done all the things that he proclaimed that he have done. That I would think that he death it since there's no coming back from death. Surely Charleston White can come back tomorrow and apologize, but there's no coming back from death. So how can he sit up there and say what Charleston White said is almost cringeworthy, but yet still he go and speak on what's that man's name? Troy Ave.
Wasn't that like wasn't a buzz? I thought it was behind like at a show.
A show? What? Yeah, some he got in a shootout. It was a show that T.I. was supposed to perform at. T.I. and a bunch of them rappers are supposed to perform at. He got into it with that Tax Stone guy, and that's the video we see him shooting on camera, like inside of that was a club. I don't know what it was, inside of that plaza or whatever it is. He was shooting off, letting off rounds, chasing after Tax Stone after he got shot in both legs. So everybody call him the ultimate gangster. You know what I'm saying, where Tax Stone went in there to kill him, ended up killing his good friend bodyguard. He ended up fighting off the gun from Tax Stone, got shot twice, took the gun from Tax Stone and started chasing him, shooting after him. You know what I mean? And went back and as he's holding his dead friend in his hand. So everyone in the black community, we love to glorify things like that, right? So they were saying, man, this guy had to be the ultimate gangster, like for what he did. Now, the reason why I bring that up is because it just came out that Troy Ave is now testifying against Tax Stone. Tax Stone's supposed to come out. He's testifying against Tax Stone. Came out and said, I'm not protecting anybody. Like, he's staying in there. You know what I'm saying? He killed my friend, whoop. And that's the story that's going on. The reason we bring it up is because Whack 100 and all them celebrity, so-called gangster rappers all calling Troy Ave a snitch and speaking on him and how what he did was there should be no coming back from that, right? That's the ultimate low, as they proclaim. Him that watched his friend died and all that. Not that I'm sitting up here giving Troy Ave a thumbs up, but what I'm trying to show is Whack 100 and these rappers, they're absolutely no brotherhood, hypocrites all the way. The reason why I gotta look at them as to be a hypocrite is because this same brother, mind you, he said what Charleston White said was cringeworthy, right? That's what he said. But he then glorify what happened in the Troy Ave situation. 1 minute he's saying Troy Ave, what he did, man, that's some gangster stuff, man. That was beautiful. He fought back, this, that, you know how it go. You got a video from me out?
I think I got one for you. I can play it.
We won't be able to see it up here, huh?
No, you won't be able to see it. Everybody should be able to hear it.
Think y'all stink. I think y'all some stinky people. Stinky mother.
You get higher than that or no?
You can go to war by yourself. I don't give a. I'm starting to war by myself. I'm like, but AI. I like we hate these. I don't give a about the age.
Mata, get it, put it on here.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, go ahead and stream it on here.
Yeah, if I stream it on there and then we play it out loud. Yeah.
No, yeah, it's why he can stream it on there.
Crazy. He was definitely going in there.
He was, yeah, hear what he said about. That's why I kind of want to, because it's a big issue right now because so if you go and look at the video, we're about to play for you. Give us a second. So Charleston White had a comedy show in New York City with DJ Academics. The whole thing got canceled because the Asian community came together and completely spoke against it. China Mac being an Asian gangster, right? I think China Mac was served time in prison for murder, was it? Something like that. So anyway, he hold himself to be an Asian gangster, right? To the utmost. And he go ahead and see if we can turn it up.
I was starting from the top.
Yeah, go ahead.
Stinking people.
Now he's speaking about Asian people, right?
You can go to war by yourself. I don't give you start the war by myself. I'm like, but AI, I like we hate these. I don't give a about the Johnny Dane. I don't eat food. Only time I ever want to be pussy was in a bad time. He said, I would yeah. Chat. Good. Yeah.
I pause it. You know, he going into it. So he's speaking on Asian people, right? He said, I don't care about Johnny Dame. You know, all the rappers rap about Johnny Dame. When since an Asian is known for jewelry, as far as I know, let's keep it real. Come from the streets, Asians are known for having the best stuff because it's cheap and it's knockoff for sure, but it's cheap, so that's why niggas buy from them, right? Like, let's keep it what it is. It looks decent enough to rock. I'm saying, but it's cheap. More so, it's cheap. So the fact that now you have money, you go to an Asian now. I don't know why you wouldn't go to the source itself. That's like you going to the middleman, right? I don't know, in a drug game, it's kind of like instead of you have an opportunity to go to the plug itself down in Colombia, you want to go up to the middleman. And the Asian man is the middleman. Why do I say that? Because you would think if you're rich and have money, you go to the Jewish man, right? They have jewelry. The jewelry, I mean, you think you go to them. They own the diamond district. Why not go to your Jewish man to buy all your jewelry? But they go to the Chinese, Johnny Dame, right? So he's saying, I don't give a damn about Johnny Dame, Asian music, Asian people, you stink. You know what I'm saying, go ahead. He's speaking on their women, you know.
I need people, nigga. I think these stores should be robbed. I think these women should.
All right, go ahead. Hold on, pause right there. So, Slovakia. Hey, he obviously heard what he said. He said, I think Chinese stores should be robbed. Mind you, he's not in the UPK. I'm saying he's not one of us. Nor are we going to stand behind him and condone him. We're just using this for educational purposes. I'm saying, but he's saying Chinese stores should be robbed. The reason why, mind you, he's a community activist. Some backstory on him. He's a community activist, quote unquote, pro blackity black brother, right? He wants to uplift so-called black people. What he's saying is the reason why he's speaking bad about Chinese people the way he is because in the hood, Chinese people rule the ghetto. Say whatever you want to say. America sold black people their slaves to Chinese people because they can't pay them back. So they give them us to oppress, to make money off of in the black and Hispanic stores. You know what I'm saying? They come in, set up shop, take all our money and go send it back to and feed their children with it, right? How do you know? In Arizona here, there's anybody been to Lambs? You been to Lambs? No? Lambs. If there's a Lambs off 70th Ave in Indian School, that Lamb's been there forever. That Lamb's is big. How much money they make. It's in the hood, mind you. Predominantly Hispanic and black. I'm saying neighborhood. You know, you've been there. You seen one over there. No, but, when I tell you the roads are horrible, the roads are horrible. You think for all this, they'll at least fix it up all the money they're making from us. Go ahead.
There's a spot on Peoria. It's like a cactus. It's like a kind of like Lambs. Big ass store, right? And they're selling like nothing but Asian, Chinese, all of them shipments in there, right? And the plaza, like if you look at it, it's like almost like they own that plaza, and they will have their people renting that.
Rent it, yeah, because so one thing Chinese people do is they take care of each other, right? So obviously he's envious of that. He's saying, man, forget these Chinese. They're oppressing us just like the so-called white man. If you notice, he always talking about black people and how ain't none of these gangsters that call themselves gangsters really gangsters because they ain't do nothing to white people. I'm saying they quick to do something to another black person, which that's fact. I'm saying here's what black people understand, right? Black people understand. Now we're going to go to what Wack 100 said. He's a perfect proof of this. Wack 100 said Charleston White better calm down. If anybody know anything about them Asians up in Sacramento and in Oakland area, which the general validates it, Asians run Oakland. So he's saying that he better be very careful. Like everyone of them Asian people don't play around. You know what I'm saying? You have to watch what you do to them. What's funny is he is advocate for violence against Black and Hispanics. So you don't got to watch what you do to them. The Mexican people. He said how many essays who've been in war within the pen and stabbings and this and that and whoopty whoop and all that. He's quick to go stab a Hispanic man though, a Mexican brother though. See how he's quick to do that, right? How come he ain't say, oh no, the Mexicans ain't nothing? No, I mean, let's not mess with the Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? They ain't nothing to mess with. How come he ain't say about his own people? Let's not mess with Black people. They ain't nothing to mess with. But he'll say that for the Asians though. You know what I'm saying that's why I said the same thing over and over about these so-called gangsters, man. Listen to me. It's not gangster when you pick on the weak. See, what they understand is America could care less about the Hispanic people. Proven point, those Mexican children in cages, right? He know this. I'm saying it's all subconsciously we know this. Whack 100 know this. That's the reason why he said we used to write in them essays and we used to do this or whatever it may be and we're in the wars and all that. The reason why he could speak like that and feel comfortable is because he know that the Mexican people have no what power do the Mexican people have. I'm saying what power do Mexican people truly have? He knows this. What power do Black people have? That's why he advocate violence against Black and Hispanics. But the Asians, he ran to their aid, which I'm about to play. Can you play a little bit more on this?
Where your Black man that swimming. China Mac. I think Chinese baby. Nigga and uses alligator baby.
So he said he thinks Chinese, I know they cut it out because it's language. He said he thinks Chinese babies should be killed and used as alligator babies. Why is he saying that?
If I could, you left one thing because they blocking it out so much. He also said Chinese babies should be raped.
Chinese babies should be raped. That's what he said. Right? Chinese babies should be raped. Then he said he think yes, Chinese babies should be raped and they should be used as alligator babies. Baits. Why is he saying that?
Because our oppressors did the same stuff to us.
Because they did the same stuff to us. I'm saying, so he's saying, well, if that's the case, then what needs to happen is Chinese babies, this needs to happen to the Chinese. That needs to happen. First off, let me say this. I don't advocate no violence, no, raping against no one. Like, I don't give a damn what the race of woman is. You know what I'm saying? Personally, like, right. I'm gonna shalom. I'm saying I ain't gonna advocate for none of that. That's why I say he not with us. We're just using him for educational purposes, right? Furthermore, to be raping on a little baby. We ain't ISUPK ain't standing on none of that. I'm saying, but what I find astonishing for me is the aid that the Asians got. They got the Asian bill. They got everybody stop Asian. What is it? Stop Asian hate or something like that. Right. I'm saying they got everyone running to their aid, right? When once again, the Mexicans on the border, right? Mexican people that work in this country and built this country up. Black people that worked in this country and built this country up. They can't get a bill signed for them. But these Asians who never picked a cotton, right? Picked a sugar cane, they can come have a bill written for them, though. Not to mention, China and US is like in a Cold War. Let's not pretend like we don't know what's going on. The Asian, like China and US, Korea, all of them over there, it's a Cold War. I'm saying they're enemies of America. They're a communist country. How can a country that's an enemy to democracy, being a communist country, how can they set up shop over here in the United States and have a major city in every state, that city, you're gonna find a major Chinese either shop, a community in every major city, whether it be LA, right? Get me wrong, LA, there's a Chinatown, right? In every major city. In New York City, we know that, right? Every major city. How is that possible when they're a communist country? They're enemy to the democracy. You know what I'm saying? Enemy to our quote unquote how we live our life over here. But yet still they ran to their aid though. We'll get a little bit more. We're gonna try to pull WAC 100 from you.
So you want a little bit more?
That's why I don't like President Biden. He gonna give you a hate bill. Long as niggas been over here done bad by all kinds of people, they give you.
We said, long as niggas been over here, you know what I'm saying, you went ahead and give them a hate. What happened?
They just got too often.
You can for me. Give me whack 100 said.
Charleston White.
Gone. No, it's a. Let's give a whack 100. So. We can play it out. Just play it out. In fact, go ahead.
Yeah, it's about to come. It's about to come up.
We'll give a whack 100 said, right? And so we talk about brotherhood, right? Well, we're gonna talk about brotherhood. And that's why this class is called Remember Who We Are, right? Remember who we are. Because one thing, the Asians remember who they are. You know what I'm saying? Asians remember who they are. That's the reason why triads, Yazukas, they can be arch enemies and they'll come together tomorrow, right now. Right now, tomorrow. If their country break out in the war, they're gonna come together tomorrow. They're gonna come together tomorrow. I don't think black people understand like the time that we're living in right now. I'm saying the importance of the time that we're living and how dangerous it is right now. I'm saying we're talking about at the rate that we're going right now.
You don't want to learn how to buy houses legally with $10 and then flip them.
No protection.
What up, YouTube? This is
when you have a nation where there's no protection for the women and children. Give me Jeremiah 14:2. I'm saying if you can.
Book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2. Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
Gates there are what?
Languish.
The gates are what?
Languish.
Languish, right? What does it mean to languish? What is a gate for? Right? People put a gate up in their house for protection. So if you do not have your gates falling, like means you have no protection. You know what happens during a time of war when you have no protection? You know what? Let me ask you a question. Let's say let's put it like this. Our people can understand. Let's say the city break out in the war, right? The city break out in the war. There's gangs. I'm saying gangs roaming the city.
What up?
You can set up here. You're gonna take over. Take over the read. You're gonna let that brother take over. I'm saying the city break out in the war, right? The city break out in the war. What happened? What happened? Especially in an unlawful society, the weak is first to get picked off, right? That's the reason why rape go up. Because what? Wicked men go after the weak, meaning women, right? So rape go up. I'm saying molest, all these things, little children. I'm saying first thing to get to attack is the weak. So I don't think black people understand like, the state of what we're in right now. Hispanic people understand the state of what we're in. Don't come and tell me that how much power do the cartel have. When I sat there and I watched Hispanic, I'm saying women and children in cages while the cartel stand back, and because there's no power in their hand. Only power the cartel have is the power that a white man allowed them to have. Case in point, when they returned those 2 Americans, right? As they call them, right? 2 Americans. When since black people come to America, I don't know. Right? We're gonna come to it. They returned those 2 Americans and then wrote an apology letter. Personally, the cartel should have like, hell no, they killed one of my men. We killing all their ass. I'm saying we keeping them. And if you want to come get them, come get them. That's a hard stand for it. Do not bring, if you know the backstory, them brothers was going over there getting all type of wickedness anyway. I'm saying, go ahead and play a little bit of that. Welcome right to you, bottom up. Go ahead and hit play.
Get banned for life. That's what's crazy.
So he's saying that he should be banned for life, right? For what he said about Asians. Go ahead.
Like, dude is a plant. They know they not clipping it for a reason, bro. Instagram, bro, I can't even go live because they said they flagged the picture from 2020 that said Cripple Blood, and I'm saying Crips and Blood, red and blue made green, right? Peace on the streets. Just clipped the picture and restricted my life for that. I picked it 3 years ago.
See if you can get it from the Genesis. I want him to use the word astonishing.
I've been
This is the beginning.
for 2-3 months. I cannot go live right now. So here this Joe is talking about kill the Chinese people, they dogs, rats, they should be raped and killed, right? And it's cool. We didn't heard him say rape the white people, rape white women. We heard him say drug her to the death, and she don't know about it. We done heard all this, right? Don't nothing happen. No fixes, no nothing. You ain't never heard of this. You never heard of this being restricted.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, you're working with them people. He a plan.
Let me ask you a question. What did Charleston White say that was wrong? In fact, what did Charleston White do wrong? If anything, since he thinks what did he do wrong?
Just getting catched up. I don't know.
No sweat.
I wasn't here for the portion where.
So Charleston White spoke on, I think Asian babies deserve to be raped. You should be used as alligator babies. Asian people should be killed. You know what I'm saying? Their stores should be robbed. He hate the Asians, hate the Asian Act bill. As long as niggas been over here in this country, we ain't never got no hate bill. Why does they deserve a hate bill? You know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. Go ahead.
So he was wrong in promoting that which is biblically unlawful. It doesn't matter who does it. If it's unlawful, it's unlawful.
So what was he saying is was unlawful? What he did was unlawful, Slocky.
What he speaking and promoting sin is unlawful. It's
unlawful. Okay. You, sis?
I feel like he's coming from a place of, an eye for an eye. However, as a woman and a rape survivor, promoting rape on anyone, no matter the nationality, the gender, or anything, it's wrong.
Okay. Here's what Charleston White did wrong. He did nothing wrong. What he said, you could say what he say is wrong. The reason why I said he did nothing wrong, because what Charleston White said is protected by what? Freedom of speech. I'm saying, if you're gonna go back, here's it. Y'all see me want to say, Officer Slocky?
No, I was gonna say that, so right before you said it.
Okay, calm. Yeah, so he did nothing wrong. Freedom. If he did anything wrong, he'd be in prison right now. Right. So you can't say he did nothing wrong. I'm saying, see if you can give me the video where China Max say he sell drugs to black people or he don't sell drugs to Asian people. Listen to this. All right. He said Charleston White is a racist. He said ISUPK is a racist, right? Mind you, ISUPK, we ain't selling no drugs. We ain't killing nobody. We're not hunting white. We're not hanging people from trees. We're not doing all these things that all these quote unquote hate group, I'm saying, is doing, and they're being classified for, right? We're not doing any of those things, but we're called in a hate group, right? So let's get Charleston White did nothing wrong. Freedom of speech. That's what we're privileged. We're giving to you right here in America, right? He said nothing wrong. Once again, since it's okay to kill your own people, I'm saying, to rape, rob, do all these things, it's promoted from these rap music videos and all this, right? It's rap music, but you can't promote racism. I'm saying, you mean to tell me you can? I would assume murder is the ultimate worst you can get, right? Ain't no getting no worse than murder. Ain't no coming back from that. I've yet to see a dead person ride. I'm saying, I haven't seen one or heard of one. I'm saying, well, in the Bible, I'm saying, but I haven't seen one. I'm saying, you got the video? China, go ahead and play for me. Mind you, they got mad at Charleston White for he said. Listen to this.
So you personally, where did you grow up? What area in New York?
I'm New York. Like, I grew up all over New York.
When you were active in a gang, because East Coast and West Coast is not always the same type of thing. Was that based in the neighborhood you were living in, or was it sort of more, were the members kind of more spread out?
Before we get into that, let me ask you a question. Did you see my video?
Yeah. Let's get to the
you're talking about the video that I posted.
Drugs too.
No, I watched that 1 minute clip.
Okay. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm an artist.
I got you. And we actually posted it.
China Mac is an artist before anything. You feel me? So, all right, let's go. So now you were saying that in New York, the gang stuff, is it spread out or is it just like?
Well, yeah. I mean, with the Chinese gangs, is it based on a particular neighborhood, or was your crew kind of spread out all over the place?
the Chinese gangs.
Mind you, right? Go ahead.
No, I was just saying the title is China Mac on why Chinese gangs don't sell drugs in their own communities.
Go ahead.
So this I gotta find it.
Let me ask you a question. If you don't sell drugs in the Chinese community, who's he selling drugs to?
Right.
Everybody else.
I'm saying now, if once again they outlawed selling drugs, he said, "Ain't no way we're gonna sell drugs to our own people." If that ain't racist, if that ain't like that's what blows my mind. If that ain't racist, we have a law in Israel. See if you can pull that from y'all, because in Leviticus, we could if an animal died of itself, we cannot sell it to another Israelite. We could sell it to a stranger. You know what I'm saying? You get it from y'all. Stop playing.
Sitting on the corner selling drugs in Chinatown.
That never really happened. You know what I'm saying?
Right here.
Like, you know, they didn't really move out and shit.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm familiar with Chinatown in New York, and it's a mixed commercial, residential type of thing. People aren't really like sitting on the corner selling drugs in Chinatown.
That never really happened, though. You know what I'm saying? Like China, like with the community, you know, the Chinese people was always. You would never really see us selling drugs in the community. You know what I'm saying? If anything, we would get the drugs and push it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't see that, you know, and I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say it was because, well, I wouldn't say the majority of reason of why that was so is, I'm sure a piece of like a good part of it was that we didn't want to give it to our own people. You know what I'm saying?
Pause right there. Once again, you tell me what's more racist than that.
Right.
We all know what drugs do to people. Drugs destroy the Black and Hispanic community. Absolutely. I'm saying drugs destroyed our community. Now, mind you, he's saying he down with the niggas, right? He down with Black people. But to what extent? Not of his own people. Right. Clearly, because he wasn't down with us enough to say, you know what? I'm not going to sell drugs to Black people. I'm only going to sell drugs to, you know what I'm saying, to our Black or Hispanic people. Go ahead.
He definitely don't love Black people, because if you love Black people, you won't sell drugs to Black people. Just like you love your own people, that's why you don't sell drugs to your own people.
One thing I give China Mac is this. China Mac, I've done nothing wrong. I'm saying when I've been nothing wrong, I'm talking about domestically, right? So other Asians, I'm sure. Let me correct that. Him not wanting to sell drugs to Asian people, that's correct. Like, he Asian. My problem is when my people sell drugs to each other, right? When my people don't see the game that's being played. Now, mind you, Whack 100 and all of them ran to his aid. He didn't. My Whack 100 came up in Cali, right? How many Mexicans like dwell in Cali? It's one thing we know is this, right? Any true man knows this. I could tell you this. Now, I have been in a lot of conflict, right? A lot of conflict with Black and Hispanic people. A lot of them I tip my hat to. Absolutely tip my hat to. I despise at the time, you know what I'm saying, and all that. Coming to the truth, of course, it's a long time ago, you know what I'm saying. It's just a little different now. But at the time, I would tip my hat to them. You think he had enough respect, right? If he came from the streets and knowing that, man, we went to war with these essays, as he say, right? And all this. You think he at least say, you know what? Let me at least, what's going on with the Mexicans and the border and all that, let me at least come out and say, nah, man, that's wrong. Them having children in cages. You see, every time something happened with Asian people, he run to their aid. White people, he run come to their aid. But a man that lived next door to you, like, he ain't not speak up not one time for the Mexicans yet. Am I wrong or right? I ain't never heard Whack 100 say a damn thing about the Mexicans. And they live in his backyard. He went to war with these same people, you know what I'm saying? Like I told you, even at one time in the midst of the war, even a man that really know, like, damn, like, these guys are some real guys. They at least tip their hat. Even though you don't like them, don't get me wrong, you still want to do something to them, but you at least tip your hat to them. Like, these are some real cats, you know what I mean? And I respect, but not even that, you know what I'm saying? He willing to do. You ever heard of saying there's no honor among thieves? Whack 100 is a perfect example of that. That brother, he's weak. To me, he's weak. Whack 100 is weak to me. Once again, all these so-called gangsters is not, to me, I don't look at you as to be tough when you pick on the weak. The Mexicans are weak. saying black people is weak. Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, like they're weak. So if you're quick to go to war with all them, so quick he was to go to war with them Dominicans. I'm saying, and them black dudes from with 6ix9ine and them, what's his name? Jim Jones and them that ran with Treyway and them. You know what I'm saying? Out now. He was quick to go to war against them. But he won't speak against the Asians. You know what I'm saying? If you can't, go ahead.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 14, verse 21. Ye shall not eat of anything that dieth of itself.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt give it unto the stranger that is in thy gates.
Understand that right there, that's racism. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying what China Mac is doing is wrong. Him not wanting to sell to Asians is wrong. I'm not saying that. My problem is when he come and try to advocate for my people as if he wanted us. That's what my problem is. You know what I'm saying? Charleston White said nothing wrong. He has, as an American citizen, he has a right to say what he feel. You know what I'm saying? He want to say about the Asian people. He said nothing wrong. He said nothing wrong with me. If you can from me, give me one of your holding from me out.
No, sir. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14, verse 2.
Now give me, in fact, you hold that for me. Give me Deuteronomy 28:7. Go on.
And what I heard what Dr. White was saying, he's not literally saying people should go and harm Asian people. He's saying, how come we can talk about us killing ourselves, but once you change it from nigga to an Asian name,
right?
Now you see how hateful it is. So
right.
They make profit off of us doing it to each other.
He playing
change the race, they're protected because
here's one thing I get that brother. He playing a character and he's playing it beautifully. He's playing for he's playing that character beautifully. Go ahead, sorry.
I'm gonna cut you off, but so is that why he said I think Chinese people should be fed to alligators because black babies
it's fed to alligators. So he's saying that look how hateful it sound coming from a Chinese. Right. When it happened to niggas, it wasn't so hateful. Right. That's what he's. Like I said before, you're not a UPK. You know how UPK stance is. You know how we are. You know what I'm saying, if you're not in the UPK, you're not in the truth. As far as we stand, I'm saying so. He's not with us, so we're not. But we're using him is a perfect example. The reason why we can say that is because we don't know what Charleston White do in his everyday life. I don't know him. We don't know him. He's not checking in with anybody. Ain't our brother. I'm saying keeping an eye on him to make sure he's actually not doing the things that he's talking about. So I'm not going to sit up here to say like, oh, he's not doing those things. We in the UPK, that's our stance. We're not going to sit there and advocate for anybody else. And here, each and every one of us checking with these men, each and every one of them checking in with somebody. You know what I'm saying, I watch over them. You know what I'm saying, so we can vouch for each other. You know I'm saying we can't vouch for him, but nonetheless, he made some excellent points. Got it from you out? Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 7. The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways.
Say it again.
The Lord shall cause thine enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee 7 ways.
And flee before these 7 ways, right? Let me ask you a question. The same China Mac, right? Same China Mac had a sit down with a Captain Kataza, right? Right. You see you hear the energy he had for Kataza? Was it the same energy he had for Charleston White? Me personally, I feel like Kataza, if anyone know anything about Captain Kataza can come off like, you know what I'm saying, especially with these heathens or these other nations. When you hear him talk, like, you know what I'm saying, he almost seems like he corrects you. It's like austere, man. You know what I'm saying? There's no cutting corners with him. I feel like Kataza teared him up, but he came out and threatened Charleston White and said, Asian, we're gonna move against y'all, and how his show had to be canceled. Like, don't forget, Charleston White and DJ Academics had a show that was supposed to be the day before yesterday in New York City, and they had to cancel it. Right. The reason why they canceled is because the pressure of violence that was being like threatened against Charleston White. And say Charleston White said it himself. He said, in fact, they didn't cancel the show. I said we're going to call off the show because in New York City they're trying to play some games. He said, earlier, and I'm looking at it. He's saying that they're trying to play games. Everywhere else they allow me to go with my gun. But for the one, every time I come to New York, I can bring my gun with me. But now they're gonna not allow me to bring my gun with me today. Like, I feel like it was a setup. So that's what he said. Like, he canceled the show for that reason, because he felt like they were going to set him up there, you know what I'm saying, for the Asians. Mind you, this was with other Israelites' help, right? So he's everything. See how they treating Charleston White? They're proving everything he's saying to be true. Everything he's saying to be true. It happened to the Asians. You see how outcry it is? Everyone's talking about it. You're getting reaction videos, and this guy needs to be canceled. Like, how can they allow him to talk? Even though, mind you, as an American citizen, the First Amendment rights he's privy to, right? He can say whatever the hell he want to say. I'm saying, just like the Ku Klux Klan come out and say whatever the hell they want to say, right? Why makes it any difference when Charleston White said it? I'm saying, but nonetheless, with Katazai, he came among Katazai that way and he flee. I just had to pull that one. I'm saying, because Charleston, once again, if you go look at China Mac, he sat down with Officer Katazai, and that energy was not the same. Our Captain Slakia, Captain Katazai, I'm saying, Slakia, and that energy was not the same. I'm saying the energy wasn't the same. You go back and watch that video, which I ain't gonna pull it. I'm saying, but let's get a little bit more on this Asian.
Oh, another big part of it was that we knew that when we do that in our own neighborhood, it's gonna make us hot. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, the smarter thing to do is get the drugs and put it somewhere else, so our community isn't hot. So we can
pause
have
right there.
A little more, you know, shelf.
Once again, hey, that camera straight on for me out. Once again, right? The animal that died of itself. He's like, shit, it died of itself, man. I'm finna sell over here and give it to get this roadkill. Family oriented, and that we are that. That came from us. We just lost our way, right? Go ahead, officer.
No, like it's like what he's saying is so right. Like in the sense that he's gonna love his own and push it somewhere else, because to love your own people, you're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna hurt your people. But what do? We start doing crack with our own uncles, cousins, right? Like, we sell to our family, our own family.
Yeah, and we promote it.
And
that rapper, Lil Durk, came on and said what? He said he sold drugs to his uncle that died. He said he sold drugs to his uncle. His uncle, you know, was hurting and he sold drugs to his own uncle. You know what I'm saying, his own cousins and they singing songs and promoted it, and once again, that's to show you that how of a nation, how broken we are as a nation. You know what I'm saying, how low we are as a nation, how the same people, there's no black and Hispanic that come and speak like we have the ultimate love, you know what I'm saying, and brotherhood for each other. I never forget when General Muhammad said this. He's like, you don't know about brotherhood. You know what I'm saying, you don't know about brotherhood. The minute you get that in your head that you don't know about brotherhood, you will learn what brotherhood is. And I took that heavy. I took that absolutely heavy. You know what I'm saying, I never forget. You know what I'm saying, that's one thing that man said. I remember sitting back going like, that's heavy. When you're in an abnormal society as black and Hispanic is, it creates abnormality. You know what I'm saying? Like the general said earlier, like a father like molesting his own daughter, or uncle molesting his own niece. You know what I'm saying? A mother like walking around half naked with her own 10-year-old son. I'm saying, you know what happens to that little boy? He's seeing you walk around naked in front of him. This is this society that we live in, that we find to be normal, you know what I'm saying, and it's accepted amongst us. But yet still, like this nasty, you know what I'm saying, Asian right here, he can come out and say, listen, we didn't sell drugs to our people. You know what I'm saying, we sell outside the neighborhood, quote unquote. We sell to black and Hispanics. He said he was from Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying, from what I'm hearing, that Asian not only a lie. Nonetheless, we won't give him that. He born in Brooklyn, lived all over the city, whoopty whoop, you know what I'm saying, and he have all that. He can have the street, you know what I'm saying, because they animals anyway. You know what I'm saying? But looking at him and his people, they give the image as if they're just so upright. Let's not forget, the coronavirus started from over there. Asians are a filthy nation of people. Let's not sit up here and pretend like they nothing better than what they are. Like Asian people are wash bucket. They're the wash bucket of the earth. They nasty and filthy. Let's not sit up here and act like they so need and they so perceived. Not to mention, I think they borderline slow. I'm saying Salakia. I think Asian people are borderline slow. You got to be borderline slow. You know what I'm saying they from inbreed anyway. You know what I'm saying let's not act as if like they are people that we need to act like they so upright, they so smart. Not put like this. Asian people one time was held to be slow. I mean, and dunted on ours in the earth, right? You mean to tell me like now they walking around to be like the upright and they smart and family oriented? Like, I'll show you how the world has been flipped upside down. You know what I'm saying?
So if I'm real quick, I can just paraphrase the precept, but Deuteronomy 4:6 says that these laws, statutes, and commandments will make us a wise and understanding nation. Like the reason why the Asians are able to have this culture because they have some type of laws they abide by, and they have rules. That's why he said you can't do this, you can't do that. Even in the movie Planet of the Apes, they separated them to take over the world when they had the rule ape no kill ape. They had law. And blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we don't have any rules.
I like that movie,
that
man.
Makes us like animals. That's why we would sell it to our uncle, our cousins, our brothers. We don't have any rules. We need rules, and our rules are found in the Bible.
Right. I'm saying a nation definitely give out for that. I'm saying a nation without rules, as a brother is saying, a nation without rules, like this is what you get. Abnormalities, man. Like what's going on in the black community, I can't say it enough. The Hispanic community, I cannot say it enough. We got little children in cages. Up to today, I ain't gonna lie to you. Over and over, one image I always play in my mind when I talk about the Hispanic people, I'm saying is that image of that brother that he had his daughter in his shirt. I don't know if y'all remember that image, that Mexican brother that's coming across the border and he had his daughter that died in his shirt. That I don't know if that image play like I don't think people are like, man, I tell you, like when I wake like that, I had dreams, you know what I'm saying, about that same image. You know what I'm saying the other image, Trayvon Martin. I'm saying he not remember that. I can't say it. I always talk about that. I cried that Trayvon Martin let out. I can still, you know what I'm saying, think about that same cry. That's what allowed me, you know what I'm saying, every day and I wake up, like I say, truthfully, like I've gone too far, ain't no coming back for me. You know what I'm saying, ain't no we cool, coming, dapper, you know what I mean, go back into the world, like we ain't come too far for all that. You know what I'm saying, and that's we gotta be like that as a nation of people. Like you gotta be mad and have to stand up, you know what I'm saying, at a certain time. Give me verse 10 up.
Verse 10. And all the people, and all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by my name, by the name of the Lord, and they shall be afraid of thee.
Mm-hmm. Give me is that Deuteronomy 28:7?
That was 28:10, sir.
Give me you read 7 for me, right? Drop down to Deuteronomy 20 and verse 1 for me.
20 and verse 1, sir.
Colin, 21. You can cut that off now. You cut that Asian off, man. Like I said before, I'm not mad at China Mac at all. I can't be mad at a man that wants to, like, you know what I'm saying, protect his nation of people and want to sell to like other people and destroy other nations to uplift his people. I can't, truthfully, China Mac, I say that's a man of war. And me being who I am, I gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? That's me saying this. You know what I'm saying, I don't care for them Asians, but nonetheless, I can sit back and say what he's saying and what he stand for with his people, like I respect it. Can't be mad at that. Any man to be mad at that is a fool and don't understand how the world works. You better decide what side of the line you on. I'm saying you better decide what side of the line you on, man. You're gonna have to decide. Go ahead, Doc.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 20, verse 1. When thou goest out to battle against thine enemies, and seest horses and chariots, and a people more than thou, be not afraid of them, for the Lord thy God is with thee.
For the Lord thy God is who?
Is with thee.
Give me 1 Peter 2:9. How you know the Most High is with us? Like, once again, these people have been trying to destroy us for thousands of years, man. Thousands of years, all these other nations. I'm throwing them all in. The Asians, the Arabs, you know what I'm saying, the Africans, the so-called white man, every nation has tried to destroy us, and we still standing. and we still standing. And what make that remarkable is because look at the Aborigines, right? Down in Australia. I'm sorry to say this, but they beaten into piss. I can't name not one famous Aborigine yet. Right? Any mighty giant of Aborigines. I can't name one. Let's show you how they beaten into piss. So yes, and they only had a white man against them, right? But the Most High was not with them. The Most High is with the nation of Israel, Black, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Go ahead.
It's the book of 1 Peter, chapter 2 and verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood.
A royal what?
Priesthood. A
royal priesthood. Like I said, the topic of this class is for remembering who we are, man. We got to remember who we are. You know what I'm saying? As a people, as a nation, one of the things that I always find myself, I see the whole bend but don't break. Like, everybody heard that saying before, bend but don't break? You know what I'm saying? Like, we all know we don't go through life every day. To live life is to fight. I'm saying it's to suffer. To live is to suffer. That's what it is. You're not going to run away, whatever demon it is. Like, listen to me. Like, to live is to suffer. As long as you living, you have to keep fighting. Stop thinking you don't come in here to UPK and I'm saying your fight's over with and you somehow make it through the storm. And if anything, it's heightened now because the devil wants you even more now. Like, hold up, he going the other way. Like, I gotta get him. Not to mention, like, when you start to slip, I'm saying them demons start to come on you, and they said when our brother leave out of here, 7 times the demon come up on him, right? That is that hard to come back. And I've seen it in brothers. You can see they have a spirit of want to come back in UPK. They might dwell around us for a day or two, but whenever I look in their eyes, I can see it. You know what I'm saying, and that's between that demon they fight. They gonna have to overcome it. Stop thinking you come in here and like all your demon is gone. The last thing you want to do, and I always tell myself, is whatever demon I was fighting with in the world, I never want to bring the truth. You know what I'm saying, I never wanted to bring the truth. Whatever demon it was I was fighting when I was out in the world, I'm saying let those demons still. You know what I'm saying, every night. You know what I'm saying, let me fight those. I'm saying, well, I'm in the truth. Let me fight those off. You know what I'm saying, rather than bring new demons to the truth. That's the last thing you want to do. You know what I'm saying, and that's something I always like pave. I'm saying my heart, and I always have to go back and humble myself, man. You know what I'm saying, how I came in the truth when I picked up Proverbs for the first time. Then Proverbs is what gave me a young man at the time running around and gave me discipline. I never forget. Every night I used to pick up Proverbs and start reading. Older man told me, listen, like, get some discipline, man. Pick up Proverbs. Sorry, I want you to read from Proverbs chapter 1. One of Proverbs, and ever since I started reading, like, it changed my life. You know what I'm saying? Keep going on.
But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation.
A holy nation, right? To be holy means to be separate, right? Go ahead.
A peculiar people.
A peculiar people, right? Go ahead.
That ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Call you out of what?
Out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Into his marvelous light. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget who he once was in the world. Each and every one of us, you know what I'm saying, should have been dead. I'm not saying that to say that to be humble. Like, I'm saying that because I really mean that. You know what I'm saying? Each and every one of us should have been dead. Don't forget, at one time, the Most I wanted to start off with just Moses alone. Moses alone, right? Yeah, he said he's going to kill everybody. And, you know what I'm saying? Moses is going to carry out Moses' plea for us. You know what I'm saying? Moses' plea for us. Show the ultimate brotherhood. You would think. But did Moses see the promised land? Ain't none of us know the future for real. Right? One of you hear the great things that Moses did, right? Moses didn't see the promised land. You know what I'm saying? The great things that he did. He didn't see the promised land. So who's any one of us think, you know what I'm saying, I'm Apayak or I'm this or whatever it may be. This school, you know what I'm saying, that we have out here in Arizona, this is a representation of the Most High. And we got to hold it as such. So we got to hope held all, you know what I'm saying, all the standard that Christ would. You know what I'm saying? Christ was once here. Christ took care of the church. I'm sure, without a doubt. Take this. Tell me if I'm wrong. Christ corrected the church, correct? Christ corrected the church. He made sure the church was in order. Christ also made sure the church was fed. The church was clean. Kate, somebody at the door? No? Could have sworn I hear a knock. Slocky. Okay, come on, Slocky. Christ made sure the church was in order, man. I'm saying kept. You ever heard the saying cleanliness is godliness? If anybody know anything about it, you know what I was saying before? What does that mean, sis? Mm-hmm.
The more clean you are, the closer you are to God.
More clean you are, the closer you are to God. No, on a carnal way, they're talking about clean like your house and this and I'm saying being clean. And the spirit. You ever heard of saying like athletes, if anybody playing these sports, they say look good, play good? Heard that saying? That's an Israelite thing, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that in a sense. I'm saying it's the reason why we put on our royal garment and the way we look, the way we, you know what I'm saying? You feel more priestly, you know what I'm saying? The way we dress, the way we carry ourselves, how different we look. I mean, we go out, we go to them clubs. Don't think the men see the way they look at us. See the way the women look at us. Like, who are they? You know what I'm saying? Who are they? Understand that everything that we have, I'm saying everything that we gain from this school and being in here came from the Most High, and we have to uphold it, man. We have to take care of it. We're gonna have to take care of it. And everything we do, every single thing we do is a representation of here, even when nobody's around. I'm saying, even especially when no one's around, because you can't lie to yourself if you want to. You can't lie to the Most High. I'm saying, is that it on that for me out?
Yes, sir.
If you can, give me Revelations up. Revelations 5 and 10. And Razan, if you can for me out, could you hold Exodus for me? Exodus 4 and 21. Go ahead.
It's the book of Revelation, chapter 5, verse 10. And has made us unto our God kings and priests.
Kings and what?
Priests.
Kings and what?
Priests.
Kings and priests, right? In ISUPK, we have priests. We have priests, right? We have order in ISUPK, and we have, when I mean priests, I'm talking about, I don't think brothers understand. I said this all the time. The brothers out here know. I'm telling you, like stories be written about us. Like stories are going to be written about, you know what I'm saying? The men of the ISUPK. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, stories will be written about us. It's going to have to be, because what we're going to have to sacrifice for this, understand that you being in here, all we're doing right now is we're preparing for what's to come. We're really going to see in those last days who's really who. You know what I'm saying? And the only way for us to survive or even have a chance is brotherhood. And it has to be tight.
Right.
That is the only way. You know what I'm saying? That is the only way. Mosai say what? He proved those. Mosai say he proved Israel, right? Who can get that from me? But Mosai left Israel around the other nations to prove them. Right? I think that's in Damn. Which one is that again, Prop? Slocky.
Yeah, just a couple times.
Yeah.
I can get you one.
Acts. You get that from me. The Mosai left the children of Israel around the other nations to prove them. You know what I'm saying? All we're doing right now is to prepare for what's to come. Understand that. Look at it like this. As great as Moses was, we just talked about, he didn't see the kingdom of heaven. Right? None of us have done half the things that Moses has done. Not even a quarter of that. Right? Now, he didn't see the kingdom of heaven. All we're doing right now, us, you see in here, ISUPK, all we're the ones that Most High have chosen to fight this fight. I'm saying for our people that's coming. Our people might not be as strong as us. I'm saying the strength that we have come from the Most High. They might not be as strong as us. Now, doesn't mean that we're any better than them. It just means that we're here to serve the people. In the white man's kingdom, one man all the people would die for one man, right? Being the king. In the Israelite nation, the king died for all the people, being Christ. So we're here to serve the people, man. Means that we got up, we're gonna go out there, we have to teach, we gotta teach classes. Say it again. What is it?
3 and 4.
Is that the one?
3 and 1.
Whoever got it.
Judges 3 and 4. I'll read 3 and 1 first. 3 and 1 says, "Now these are the nations which the Lord left to prove Israel by them."
To do what?
To prove Israel by them.
Mm-hmm.
Even as many of Israel as had not known all the wars of Canaan, only that the generations of the children of Israel might know, to teach them war.
Teach them what?
To teach them war. At the least, such as before knew nothing thereof, namely 5 lords of the Philistines and all the Canaanites and
Philistines,
the
Canaanites. No sweat out.
Sidonians.
No sweat out. You can hold that on that. So the Most High proved those, right? Just like any good father do what? If you got a son, I got a son.
Also verse 4.
Go ahead.
Verse 4. And they were to prove Israel by them, to know whether they would hearken unto the commandments of the Lord, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moses.
By the hand of who?
Of Moses.
So the Most High want to prove Israel, right? To see if Israel will listen, hearken unto his words, right? Once again, I have a son. And you find time. I remember asking you, why you do that? I leave my son, I'll leave him sitting there. Says, don't touch this. Okay? He looked at me, he said yes. And what I'll do is I'll purposely leave it by him and I'll walk off. I would know he touch it because it's hot. And you hear him crying from it being hot. Because I want to see if this little boy will listen. Now, granted, my son, you know, kids are. That's what the Most High say, what? You have to be born again. Kids will listen, man. You know what I'm saying? Kids will listen. You teach them right, you know what I'm saying? They'll listen. And he sat there and he didn't touch it. You know I'm saying, being a good son, he didn't touch it. But any good father would do that. It's only you have to do that. You have to put your son through a trial. Don't think that you got a son. I never forget. I will never, ever forget this. I'm playing ball one time, right? I'm playing ball. You know, when white boys take you up and retreat. If anybody play football, play any sports, you go up and retreat, you take the whole team up to retreat or whatnot. It's like a getaway for you to gain, lift weights, get stronger. Like I'm saying, to come together as a team, you run the hills and, you know, stories, you know how it is. And so the older guys, only time I'm gonna speak on this, Lakia. The older guys, right? They're having a ritual they were doing with the younger guys. Ritual what they were doing was, mind you, the older guys, it happened to them, so that's why they're doing it to other people, right?
Right.
They were taking objects. You know where I'm going. Yeah. That's a white man custom. I won't even speak on it. Imagine you have your son and people taking objects and trying to stick it up their anus, man. I would never, ever, ever forget that. I would never, ever forget that. When I never forget the cry. So I'm in, you know, you have everybody have their room. You have it's like 3 or 4 people in there. You have a bunk bed and each one is in a room or whatnot. I heard a cry that I won't ever forget. I'm like, what is that sound? I jumped out of the bed. I ran out. I'm saying it's one of my men. I'm hearing him scream like, what? So I go to open the door. Somebody's holding the door from behind it. I'm saying I can hear him scream like, hey, what's going on? So I'm calling the rest of the guys. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, we was like 15. I'm saying, and you had an older guy. You know, they're like 18. They bigger. You know what I'm saying, stronger. So we all fighting to open the door, and we finally get the door open. This man crying on the ground. They grabbing people to do the same or whatnot. So I remember I fought back. I'm saying we fought back. Me and a couple of the guys, we fought back and we ended up stumbling. They said big screen TVs, at pool tables with sticks and all that. I never forget I told them. I'm saying, you know, brother in the world and shit, they, you know, violent, you know, all that. I told him, I said to him, no sweat. I remember I stopped fighting because they circle around, honestly, I said, no sweat. I promise you, if you get me today, I promise you, I got family, I got older brothers. They're gonna kill you. I never forget I never ever forget when I told him that. Ever forget when I told him that. So we got back, and all the parents heard wind of it. My uncle heard wind of it, and I never forget that somebody's talking to my uncle. I'm overheard. He's like, "You gonna go up there?" He's like, "For what?" For what I'm hearing, they saying that he fought back. It ain't happened to him. I know they ain't gonna do that to him. You know what I'm saying? It ain't happened to him. I ain't gotta go up there and do nothing. I'm glad he went up there because he showed me, like, prove him. You know what I'm saying? He wanna now. I don't know if he know what's gonna happen. I doubt it. You know what I'm saying that's my guy. I doubt he knew some shit that was gonna happen, allowed to happen. You know, we don't play that. But nonetheless, he said, no, he gonna go to the same school around him. We're gonna prove him. You know what I'm saying? We sure enough, I had to leave that, man. Salakia. You know what I'm saying? They too, like, it got real after that for me. I never forgot that. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm over it now. You know what I'm saying? He got older. I like what they did my man to them, you know. I had brotherhood. I like what they did to my friends, you know what I'm saying? So it was real after that, man. A couple older guys, you know what I mean? You know, war broke out and shit. But anyway, you know, Most High will leave. Most High left the other nations around us to prove us. Most High leave the Asians around, like people like China Mac around, to see if we're going to take sides with him over Charleston White. Mind you, I'm not sitting here saying I'm an advocate for Charleston White, but Charleston White is a brother nonetheless. And it'd be a cold day where I take a nasty Asian wash bucket over my brother. Right. I'm going to say that. Make no misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? Charleston White, and he has a big mouth or whatever it may be. I'm not going to take this nasty Asian over him, though. That's for sure. Right. That's not going to happen. And I don't think any Israelite, any brotherhood, a real brotherhood, we're going to sit back and you're going to allow that to happen. I'm saying it makes no sense. That's why I said we are a representation of the Most High. I'm saying we're representing. Give me Matthews, like where Christ. See if I can get it. Salaki, is something you want to say?
No, I was just gonna say that's the difference between us and the Christians is that we'll take, you know what I'm saying, the castaways, basically the black sheep of Israel that nobody wants. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And we'll stick by them and we'll raise them up to be men. You know what I'm saying? Glorious men. You know what I'm saying? And women too. Mm-hmm. And all these other religions, all these other Christians, they'll just look at them like, why are you dealing with them? Why are you dealing with the poor? Why are you dealing with the sick? Right. You know what I'm saying? What's good use for them? Like, they're not rich. They can't give you nothing.
And that's why it's one thing my pops used to always say, man. He said, I said this about my son. You know what I'm saying? And you know, when you're a son and you're a father, one thing I say is when your fathers speak, every son want a daddy. Make no misunderstanding. And they like when your fathers speak highly of you, you know what I'm saying, because you know you're doing good as a son. Now, I ain't saying I was a perfect son, you know what I'm saying, but I was the type of son like this. Like if my father said, and I mean it, if my father said at one time when I was a child, and my father said, tomorrow we're gonna go over here and we're gonna start shooting people or doing this or whatever it may be. You seen that story that one black man that was using his young son to, like, the sniper or some shit like that in DC sniper. You know, they were Benjamites. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the reason why I'm bringing that story up in particular. Like, if he said at that time when I was a child, if he would have came and said, hey, we doing something, like, we're going to do that, I want you to do this and that. Like, I'm with it. I was that type of son. I was with whatever. I can care less. Any type of violence, it could have been good. I don't care what it was. Anything my father, you know what I'm saying, would have said and wanted to get into, I was with it. You know what I'm saying? My uncles and them, like a family, I was like, that was always me. I was with it. You know what I'm saying? Older brothers, the same thing. They gone for that. You know what I'm saying? We were just being led by men that was lack of knowledge, right? Men that was not wise, you know what I'm saying? Cruel men. But nonetheless, most I see me, you know what I'm saying? And allow me to come into the truth, right? You gotta give me if you cannot. You have something you want to say, Alex? Jeremiah 2:14, if you can. Jeremiah 2, verse 14.
Jeremiah 2:14.
Come on. You're gonna have to be tested, man. There's no such thing as not being tested, being the truth, and you're not being tested. Each and every day we're gonna be tested. I'm telling you, especially in today's time, we gotta stay strong, man. In everything we do, from the way we carry ourselves, you know what I'm saying, the way we smell, every single thing, the way we speak to people, you know what I'm saying, being respectful, every single thing. Mind you, I said this over and over. Like, you don't gotta be. ISUPK, we never sit here and promote to be walk around the city like some sort of tough and. Oh, who's that?
They got it. They got it, sir.
Your brother come in or what?
They got it, sir. You good?
Okay, come. And ISUPK, we never sit here and advocate, you know what I'm saying, to walk around the city like some big tough guy and anything like that. truthfully, ISUPK were law-abiding citizens, man. I tell you, like, be nice. You want to be nice people. You know what I'm saying? You want to be respectable people. That's what we try to. We definitely, you know what I'm saying? Without a doubt. Is that somebody hungry for us? I'm saying we we hold ourselves to a high standard, man. We're not like the heathens. The heathens can do that. Being violent and filthy and being a killer and a murderer, that's white people, man. Being a rebellious woman, ain't no nigga gonna tell me what to do. Ain't no like, I mean, I'll do what I want to do and all that. That's not us. We were never that kind of people. This oppression that we live in is the reason why we despise each other. The reason why we treat each other with such cruelty. Right. But we have to remember who we are. We have to remember who we are. Read out what God said about Israel.
Come on, sir. It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2, verse 14. Is Israel a servant?
Is Israel a what?
A servant.
A what?
A servant.
Are we a servant? Are we slaves? Listen to me. I get it. They tell us that our history started in slavery, right? Right. So when you see us today, you would think this place that black people or Hispanic people is in today, that is progression, right? But anything would sound like progression when your history started from being a slave. Imagine your people's history started from you being hung in a tree. They tell you that you sold your country for beans and rice and alcohol. What kind of low degrading like they think we are? Huh? That we would exchange beans, rice, and alcohol for land, right, that you can grow these things on. Right? But that's the standard they hold us to. So of course, when you think your history started from being a slave, like anything seemed like progression to you. You seem like tomorrow they might sign a black or Hispanic bill, hate bill, and you might think, oh, that's progression. They allow us to sit in the bus, the white people, and we think that's progression. That's why it's important to remember who we are. Because if we remember who we are, like, truthfully, this is hell. Like, we remember that this is hell.
Right.
Go ahead, Officer Slack.
No, it's like, sir, if I could. And what you're bringing out is just like jogging my memory to like a couple of debates where these devils or these heathens be telling us, well, you should be grateful to be here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, for us to be grateful for having the technology, advanced weapons, all these things, right? Mm-hmm. Because back then we were nothing but like sticks and
savages
stones.
And
yeah, savages. Basically.
As if them giving us these advanced technology, like an iPhone, like we prefer having an iPhone and being slaughtered. You know what I mean? Right. How does that make sense? Right. What progression is that? When you rape and pillage millions of people, how does that make sense? That's progression. I tell people this. I said this over and over. Guys like Whack 100 and any gangsters or whoever, killers and murderers. First off, I could tell you this. You see all these guys that call themselves gangsters and killers in the city? They only gang. Here's how they do their killing. You ever heard of saying, don't get caught slipping? Right. All the enemies is caught slipping. Mm-hmm. That's it. That's where the vast majority of killings come from. Mm-hmm. Somebody that get caught slipping up. Never in a way, I mean, you and a man go to war, that's it. That's it. Intoxicated, you drunk, they out there partying drunk and they intoxicated and run up on somebody and kill him. Take the one that the rapper King Von, right? The rapper King Von. Say King Von, for instance. Story about King Von is he had an enemy named like Modell, right? Our cousin out of Chicago. He always talk about this one. They said Modell was, if you see Modell, he was from 63rd. But he was one of the lowest ranking members in 63rd. He wasn't yes, he hung out with the gangsters and stuff, but he wasn't tough like that for real. In fact, Modell was borderline, like kind of a little bit slow. He was like, you know what I mean? What happened is one day they jumped on him. Apparently they jumped on King Von, right? Which he spoke about, right? They jumped on him. But it's allowed that. They jumped on him. And when he jumped on him, mind you, everyone in that block jumped on him. But Modell joined in last. He remembered Modell jumping on him, though. Why pick Modell to kill? The story is the streets are saying that was the first person he chose to go kill. Why pick him? Modell was a weak. That's why he picked him, because he was a weak. Here's what people don't understand. Like, see these people that call themselves killers, man, and that's the reason why it's so compelling. And the person that is not knowledgeable or even come from like anything close to that, they wouldn't understand. They're not what you think they are. These people who you revere to be like, man, they got to be warriors. And like, don't get me wrong, they're better than a Christian. They tougher than a Christian by that. I give them that. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't call them warriors. I'm saying what you find warriors is somebody like Abba Bibbins, right? I don't know what Abba Bibbins is. In ISUPK, we know what Abba Bibbins is, right? Right, the man that was killed for teaching this truth, right? That's a warrior. You mean to tell me stories and tell me if I got it right. He went out there by himself. Is it Parak? Was the day that he went out there by himself against the Muslims out in like Jersey? The Muslims out in New Jersey, right? A man by the name of Abba Bibbins went out there to teach the truth. And the Muslims at the time, we all know the Muslims was high and powerful at the time. And he was out there by himself and they killed him. He was throwing the Quran around, speaking bad about Islam, and they killed him. To me, that would be a warrior to me. A brave man, because he fought a battle, especially during the time when the Muslims was giants, huh? Right? Farrakhan and what's the other one? Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X and them. Farrakhan's a gangster to me. That's how Farrakhan is to me. Like every time he talk and all that, the smile, he gives me a feel that I've seen before. It's a feel that I have. He a gangster to me. That's all Farrakhan is. He's just a gangster to me. You know what I'm saying? He talk really nice and give him that. I seen like 1 or 2 speeches from him, but he's just a gangster. Right? But those are men of valor to me, because they went out and they fought a battle that was damn near impossible to win. And they took his life for it. The 7 sons in the book of Maccabees, we all know the story, right? The 7 sons, the mother and the 7 sons, and how those are words to me. Especially the time where, you mean to tell me the 6th one watched 5 die before him? You know what I mean? The last one, the youngest, he watched all his brothers die. He was offered the world and he still was willing to die. Like, that's braver to me. I don't take a man that beat up on the weak, and that's the reason why we say what? White man's a coward, because he's speaking on a race of people that have no gates, right? Our gates of language. You cannot tell me, like, you think there's a period of time where a man is on the ground, like, you stop beating him. We all got into a fight before, right? And the man dropped, right?
Yes.
Bro, get me right on this. Like, we've been in situations when a man dropped. Yeah. And what I do? Leave him alone. I ain't just saying it. That's a fact.
Right.
That is a fact. I'm saying where you at least think that, you know what I mean? The man is on the ground, like, leave him alone. He dazed, he out cold, leave him alone. We're not going to do that to him. But this nation of people that we're under, they breed like the King Von. King Von is what he was because of this captivity we're in.
The 5 brothers that hurt the 5 cops that hurt that brother.
The 5 cops that killed that brother, they are who they are because of this kingdom we're in. You know what I'm saying? This kingdom. It said if the Most High don't come back, man, or Christ don't come back, man, ain't finna be none of us still alive. You could be as tough as you want to be. You can still be tough and get put to death. It's like, then they tough and they got all the skills. You can still get tough and get shot the hell up. I mean, stab the hell up. Trust me. Like, it can happen to you. You know what I mean? You got it. What did you have for me out? I want to jump down to Deuteronomy too. Go ahead and read that again for me. We're at
I was at Jeremiah 2:14, sir.
Yeah, go ahead and read 2:14 again for me.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 2:14. Is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he spoiled?
Why is he what?
Spoiled.
Why is he what?
Spoiled.
Whack 100 is spoiled. That's a sport. I heard there's a video of somebody making fun of him, and like, to be, how old is he? He in the 40s, right? He don't have to be our daddy. Like, this 40, this is a grown ass man. Man, it's a lot. That's why age ain't nothing but a number for real. Not like how R. Kelly was singing it though. You know what I mean? Back at him. I don't know.
Right.
His song hit different now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
My mind telling me no with my body. You know what I mean? You listen to him now, like it hit different now. I'm like, I don't know. But like, you know what I mean? But age truly ain't nothing but a number, man. A lot of like, this man, as old as he is in age, he's still on the same time that he was when he was 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? He's still on that same time. He want to be forever in around the city, except the Asians, though, except white people, though. In fact, he came out and said he's an advocate for gay people, right?
Yeah.
For homosexuality. Of course he is, because gay people rule. They control the money, so he got to play nice for the money. Like, don't tell me like they tough and they like. I don't believe it. I don't believe it or not. I'm not sitting here telling you like based off the things that I'm saying, like one of them won't do something to me. Like I'm not saying that. What I'm saying though, however, is that tick that's in their chest, that's beating, like they say, it's called heart. They don't got it. They don't got it. Like it's easy to be like pro pride or gay. It's easy to be that today. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to sit there in your household and tell your son to go to school like it's okay for two men to hug each other, and like it's easy to do that. Right? Especially in today's time where you have kids now, you have to raise your kids. We're talking about a slave today. You know what I'm saying? A cat named Dion. So I'm saying, talking about Native American brother. He's saying he have a 13-year-old daughter. And they said it was a bomb or not bomb, but a shooting threat or some shit like that. Somebody had threatened to go to school and shoot it up. This man is scared out of his mind. He said, man, my baby. I looked in his eyes. I'm like, that's a frightening time. You got kids. That's why, man. Listen, I'm going to say this. I would never sit here and say it's something I always promise to the ones I love. Say my brothers in the eye said the same thing. I'm not Nostradamus. I'm not a Superman. I can't tell you. Like I can't tell you. I'm gonna be able to stop a bullet from hitting you. Like I'm be able to. I don't have the power to do none of that. You know what I'm saying? I tell my wife the same thing. I don't got no power to. Bullets come in and say most I can do is jump in front of you. That's it. I can't make the bullet turn around. I can't do it you 24/7. I can't, stop somebody from when I'm not around from doing something to you. If I'm not around, I can't do that. But the one thing I can promise, we're gonna make it right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. Like we're gonna make it right. And that's what any man of valor can promise. In all retrospect. Any man of valor can promise. Any true man, if you truly love the people you love. You know what I'm saying? I hear a lot of people talk about today, like White 100 today. He's the first sight. He wants to talk about forgiveness for white people, right?
What?
First sight. He wants to talk about forgiveness for white people. He can't forgive the Mexicans that he went to war with. The Mexicans poke him up. Yeah, they poked you up. You was at war with them, right? I would think if you and a man is at war, like you done stuff to him, of course he's gonna do something to you. Yes, the Mexicans poke you up. You was at war. Y'all was at war. What you think happened in war? You can't forgive them, but you want to forgive white people though. Oh man, no white people never did nothing to me. I understand. See, it's easy to be that way because he has to be that way for his money, and there's no brotherhood in him. You know what I mean? Give me second Ezra.
Second Ezra.
Yeah.
So, can I get you that?
I think Proc got it.
Okay.
Second Ezra is 2 and Second Ezra 6 and 59.
6 and
It's 59. I'm saying what WAC 100 don't know is, see, the white man's world, because he understands that in the white man's world, you got to play nice to get what you want in the white man's world. You're going to have to stand up for pro-Asian hate. You're going to have to say, like, you can't be racist to white people. Man, mind you, this is a man that talks about murder and killing, and he's about to be the biggest gangster. How many people that you went to war with, and how he got into a big meech and them cats down in from Detroit in the Midwest, and how he used to run with Wolf and them that out of New York City. If anybody from New York, you know what Wolf and them was. He used to run with P. Diddy. Like he was that. I think he was a Benjamin, a light skin. Like what the Benjamin I think he was. Wolf was a murderer. You know what I'm saying? All them stories, man. From a Haitian Jack and a Levites, I ran wild over there, and you know what I mean, Jimmy Henchman and all them. Like, he spoke about how he friends with all them and what he witnessed and done and all that. Yet still, he crying. I mean, for what Charleston White said about Asians out of his mouth. Go ahead and read that for me.
It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 59. If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world?
Read that again.
If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world?
What is that saying? Am I still going up? You see me? Yeah. What is that saying?
It's lucky, sir. It's saying there's no proof. At this time, there was no proof. We didn't understand that the world was made for our sakes because we're in hell.
Go ahead, Go ahead, Prague. Go ahead.
So, Lagi, we know that this conversation that Ezra is having with the angel, like, he knows that the world is made for our sakes.
Right.
But now he's asking the question. So now, if that's the case, if the world was made for our sakes, why are we on the bottom and the
everybody, right? Why is WAC 100 bowing to them Asians, man? Why is black people running to aid for Asian? You would think all the hell we've been on there. There's not been not one Asian to come march for us, advocate for any violence be stopped against us. Why are we so pro-Asian? The Asian ain't never did nothing for us. Huh? I'm saying, you think WAC would say, like, nah, man, I'm gonna stay out of this one. What's the other brother's name from Math Hoffa was his name? He was the one that couldn't believe that, like, China Mac was saying, like, nah, like, Asian people need to do this by ourselves. Like, basically, he wanted black people to join hands to help Asian march and all that. He's like, nah. Remember that? He's like, nah, Asian people, we don't need no black people to come help us. This is something that we got to do ourselves. And Matt Hoffa couldn't understand why he was saying that. Why would you not want us to help? He couldn't understand that. Because Matt Hoffa is a slave and the Asian man is not.
That's right.
That's why. Only a slave, only an absolute slave, instead of joining hands with his brothers and sisters, he wants to get help from another nation. Why? Why would he want to get help from another nation?
Because he's spoiled, sir.
He was like, Kabata, only Kabata mouth, man. Yeah, I was hoping you know what I mean? I was hoping you wouldn't get it right so easy. But nonetheless, you know what I mean? I'm saying, but yes, because we're spoiled people, huh? Like, you mean to tell me you're a grown man and you content with food stamps? Mind you, if you can get it, get it. I'm being dead ass. If you can get it, get it. I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say, though, nonetheless, is there's, first off, for you to even be qualified for that, you got to be halfway dead, for what I'm hearing. Wrong or right?
Yep.
You got to be halfway starving, about to be dying, and, like, you know what I'm saying, for you to even get that. You mean to tell me, like, that's the state they want you in? You want to remain in that state? You're okay being in that state? Why? Because we're spoiled people, huh? You want to be spoiled. You want to sit back and, I mean, and I'm saying, ain't no, a man like that to me have no fight to me. Huh? A man like that have no fight. A man like that have no dog in him. Huh? Listen to me, in 2023, in the last days that we're living in, every Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indian man is going to have some dog in him. You're going to have to. You know what I'm saying?
Wolf.
This nigga is dumb as hell. I'm saying, you know, the lion. Or that.
Dogs were wolves before. Dogs are just now pups. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is surviving.
I'm saying, but you understand what I'm trying to say, though. You're gonna have to be a man that want more, man. You're gonna have to be. You're gonna have to be. You're gonna say, no, what? I ain't accepting a damn thing. You're gonna have to get out in the world, man, and fight the good fight, man. It's okay. It's okay to lose. It's okay to say, I mean, it's okay for you. It's gonna be hard. It's not supposed to be easy. You think I want to get up every day and be slaving? I'll be the first to tell you. I say it now if you ain't hate it before. I hate to slave. I hate to get up every morning to slave.
Right.
I hate it. But I know I gotta do it though. I'm saying? I can't just like, okay, I don't do it, then what? What about my mans that I'm around? You know what I'm saying? What about the guys? What about, you know what I'm saying, people, what about your children? You know what I'm saying? So F them then, right? What about yourself? That's all I say about a man. If you don't care about himself, you don't need to get from that man. You see him. If you don't care about himself, it ain't. A lot of people say, man, I put my kids first, man. I give a damn about me. I put my kids first. It sounds nicer to hear. It sounds really nice. I remember being in the water. I'll never forget this, ever. Seen a nigga drown. When I mean drowning, he was panicking in that pool. Panicking. A young lady jumped in to help him. You know what he started doing?
Drowning.
He started pulling her down to drown. Guess who that young lady was?
His mom?
His mother. His own mother jumped in to help him. He's pulling her down. Now, did he want to pull her down to drown her? No. Nature, right? Kick in, right? Started pulling her with other people have to get in and pull him out. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm sorry. He was dying. I use that analogy to say when a man don't have pride in his own self, you know what I'm saying? Surely he don't give a damn about nothing else around him. Can't say your kids, because your kids are a representation of you. You see a lot of men up, like, I even seen it the other way. They have on the nicest clothes, shoes, all that. And their kids look like they come from some hut out in Africa, with nasty Hamites. Seen this. Saying that's why I always say the same thing. Every Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, especially in the last days that we're living in, you got a decision you gotta make. Either you're gonna rise to the occasion, I'll tell you what you do, then you just lay down. Go ahead and lay down because you've been spoiled. That's more of a comfortable spot for you anyway. You prefer that anyway. You know what I'm saying? But a man of valor is gonna fight, huh? Like winning and losing is up to the Most High. I always say the same thing. Winning and losing is up to the Most High. I've been in numerous fights I can't count. And I tell you, like, I lost mad fights. And I've won a lot of fights. You know what I'm saying? Winning and losing is up to the Most High. But the fight, every man have a decision on that. The fight you gotta have. The fact that you a man and you want to be spoiled and you want to be given things, you want to sit around and lay around, like you ain't no man of valor. Certainly you can't run with us. You don't got the heart to run with us. Especially when that time comes, you definitely got the heart to run with, I'm saying, the men in here with me. Because I'm going to peep that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got the heart. You're going to have some dog in you. You're going to have to make a decision. You're not a woman. I'm saying you have to get up under your mother's skirt. You know what I'm saying? You have to be a man. It's okay. You're going to bleed. You're going to cry. It's okay. Step away and cry. Don't let me know about it, though. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't saying, niggas cry. Niggas cry. All I'm saying is, just don't cry around the guys. You know what I'm saying? But you understand what I'm trying to say, though, nonetheless, is in every man's life, he's going to have to make a decision, man. I'm saying you're gonna fight or you're going to lay down. When you have absolutely no care about even yourself, surely you don't care about nobody around you. So you laying down because you've been spoiled, because it's comfortable for you. There's one thing I give the white man is this. White man said this, especially the right-wing white man, the Republicans. He said this. He said, the reason why a lot of those the reason why a lot of them say I'm not for like just giving people food stamps and all that is because it just make them lazy. Here's what white people knew when they developed food stamps. You see, if you make the requirements for something as small as food stamps, right? Like I said before, I'm not gonna sit there and talk about food. You get food stamps, get it. It's free money. You'd be a fool not to get free money. But I'm using food stamps as an example. I'm not saying anything wrong with food stamps, you know what I'm saying? Anything like that. Government assistance. Hell, you owed it. Your ancestors died. I wish I qualified. You know what I mean? Give me, it's free money, you know what I'm saying? It's free money. But I'm just using that as an example for a man that have no ambition. I'm saying that's want to sit around and like you know what I'm saying, want to do nothing. That's what I'm using. I'm just using food stamps as an example. Like, if you get food stamps, get it. Trust me, free money. I'm saying absolutely free money. You'd be a fool to turn that away, especially when they raped and robbed our people. I'm saying what I'm saying, however, is you cannot allow that to be a cripple of yours. You can't allow it. You just can't. You're gonna have to get out there, man. Coming to the ISUPK, they'll be passing flyers out. Start off like we all started out. Go bottom off to tell you, we all swept floors, serve drinks. You know what I'm saying, serve the food. We're all red, con. We all do this. Even now we do this. Go on.
I have swept floors and served drinks and cleaned the school, but I'm gonna keep it 100. I enjoy my goddamn job, and I appreciate it. I've grown to appreciate this. I don't see anything wrong with serving a man who serves the Most High. Straight shit, Salakia.
Con, you know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have to be in love with it, man. The brotherhood. That's the only thing you're gonna say was give me gather yourself together, nation not design. Then we're gonna. What time is it?
So like if I make that pull a precept,
Con.
I get that.
Con.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7.
Con.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart.
And a gift what?
Destroyeth the heart.
And a gift destroyeth the heart. The white man knew when he was giving you that food salad, you was a grown man. Specifically, I'm speaking about the men. You know what I'm saying? Specifically the men. You know, women in the weaker vessel, like, take it. I mean, she's a woman. I'm saying, but specifically the men, right? A gift destroyeth the heart. One thing, let me show you how I know men know. Imagine you have a woman and you hear she's accepting gift from the men at her job. If you're a real man, you know, like, imagine it's your daughter, right? And here your daughter's accepting gifts, right? From older men or men, you know what I'm saying, in their school or whatever it may be. Come on, man. They know a gift is short. The reason why we have a problem with it, because they know a gift is short the heart. That fight that she have to hold that which should be reserved for just you, you understand that she accepting that gift and them giving her a gift and she accepting it. It would just show her heart. You know this. But see, it's still in real life. Y'all accepting gifts all day and sitting back and because the gift is short. They know this. That's the reason why they created it. They knew you'd just be content. You do not want to be a man that's just content with that, man. You don't want to be destroyed by that. I'm telling you, our women, children, they have no protection. I'm telling you, we're the weak in the earth. When that time comes, people tend to pick off the weak first. America would turn on us. The white man, the Asians, the Arabs, they all would turn on us on the hood, turn on black and Hispanics. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. What do you think they buying all them guns and going out in the woods and shooting 50 caliber rounds and I mean could shoot an apple off someone's head about 50 yards away? What do you think they doing all that for? For you. Oh, you running this way. They shot right here. Knowing damn we're about to run into take your whole head off. For you, that's what they're practicing for. It's gonna happen. Because we're the weak in the earth. And they know they made us weak from the gifts that they've been giving us, which has spoiled us. Give me that last one up.
This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
The only way we're going to survive that which is to come is to do what?
Gather yourselves together.
That's the only way. That is the only way. Here's what I could say about our oppressor. Here's what I'll say. One, if anybody know anything about oppression is this, about war is this. War favors the cockroach. And I'm always saying this, and this is what I mean when I say this. War favors those who have been there before. Those who have been on oppression before, those who are used to death, used to being hunger. I'm saying used to all of that. Blacks and Hispanics, we're used to being hungry. We're used to seeing our people die. We're used to seeing our mothers, you know what I'm saying, get mistreated around. We used to all that. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you cannot find, there's nothing on the face of the earth you can find. We're used to every single low thing on the face of the earth. We're used to that. So we have that advantage when that time comes. But they have never seen a united front. Black and Hispanics coming together. They have yet to see that. That's the way we're going to overcome the last days. Read it again.
Gather yourselves together. Yea, Gather together, O nation not desired.
O nation not desired. That's the only way we're going to overcome this. You know what I'm saying? Is to gather ourselves together. Brock, you got it out? Close the class out. With that, I pass the class to Priest and Officer Brock.
The ISUPK security announcements with the ISUPK start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. These are the rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They're to be saluted only. They to shed themselves of the world, and if they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to that brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which that brother and sister will court each other. After that 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, you can find this in Numbers chapter 18 and verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. The word tithes means tenth in the Hebrew, ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Most High gives you, give it to the Treasury Department or to the teacher. Priest funds, which are free will offerings for the priest, they're not mandatory, but they're whatsoever amount that you would like. Upcoming Holy Convocation, we got the Passover coming April 1st. All right, Raleigh, North Carolina. All right, you can pay your Passover fee at ISUPK144.com.
Well, let me say something on that too, man. Hey, Passover coming up, so like, I don't know, I didn't mention that, man. The Passover coming up, once again, all Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians are to attend the Passover, man. If you can make the Passover, you have to go to Passover. I'm saying, don't forget, this was something that's been passed down through our ancestors, man. This was the law that was given, right? Something that we have to do. It's not a choice. You have to keep the Passover, right? And in Raleigh, North Carolina, April the 1st, ISUPK will be hosting the Lord's what? 54th, man. 54th annual Passover, right? I'm saying, so you definitely, if you Black, Hispanic, and Native American Indians come through, you definitely want to come through. I'm saying, go ahead, Salaki.
Also, if any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, make sure you start wearing all black. That includes black boots, black shirt, black pants, and black headband and scarf. With that, we're going to get a teacher of courtesy salute. Man of Israel, I imagine which means to stand. I imagine Shabbat. I imagine Barak.
Yahweh Shimmy Al-Shabbat.
Yahweh Shimmy Al-Shabbat.
Sorry, towards the sister. Sister, I imagine which means to stand. We're going to teach you this salute, sis. All right. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak,
Yahweh Shamar Al-Thaba Shimmy Al-Shai.
So she'll say, yeah, you put your hands like this, right over left, just like that. Other way around. There you go, sis, you got it. Are you going to say Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Slug it, Yahweh, Shamar, Al, Atha, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, which means the Most High, in the name of Christ, watch over you. All right, that's what that means in Hebrew. All right, with that, Imagine, Yahweh Matah, dismiss.